Okay, so having got the basic principle of chords always moving by fifth where possible, we can start to make our little compositions more interesting by introducing some more chords. In front of you, you've got the circle of fifths. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. It's just a handy reminder about what are these fifth relations. Up till now, I've been looking at pieces in C major. Let's start there. So there's the tonic. The G chord is the dominant of C. The D, which is chord 2 in C major, is the dominant of the G chord, functions as the dominant of the G chord. So those are the three chords we've been looking at, but of course the idea is infinitely extendable. An A chord functions as the dominant of D. A is chord 6 in C major, but it really doesn't matter what key we're in. You also may have been told, avoid using chord 7, chord 3, which are B and E in C major. Well, I'm not sure I approve of you being told that. Chord 3 is perfectly good, but usually only for one specific purpose, which is to get to an A chord, to get to chord 6. An E chord wants to go to an A chord in C major. And ditto chord 7 wants to go to chord 3, around the circle of fifths. You can see this circle spelt out in musical notation on page 75 of the Turek book. Now here's another example that we can work our way through. This one, by the way, is in a minor key. What I've been saying works equally well for minor as for major. It's a general rule of tonal harmony. The chords move by fifth. So this is a little passage in D minor. Starts and finishes on the tonic, of course, which are the chords I've given you. Now completing this should be getting fairly straightforward by now. This is a D chord, it's chord 1. We want to get there from an A chord. It's dominant, and in fact the dominant of the key here. So A chord to D chord, and the best way to get to the A chord is by its own dominant. Let's flip back to the circle of fifths. The dominant of A is an E chord. So here we have E chord going to A chord, going to D chord, and that's all just as in the first example. So there it is, and here's how it sounds. That's 2-5-1 in the minor. But let's use some more extended chords now to arrive at chord 2. So what sort of chord do we want to employ to get to E? Well, it's a B chord of some kind. B to E. Although in this case, because given the tonality, it's a B flat chord. So there it is, chord 6, a B flat chord, going to an E chord. How do we get to the B flat chord? Again, by its dominant. F goes to B flat. So will an F chord work here? Yes, it will. Admittedly, I'd set it up to do that, of course. So there we are, F chord, chord 3 going to chord 6. And last of all, here's a B flat. Well, what are our options? We'd like to get to the F chord from its dominant, C, but the B flat doesn't fit. But of course you can go in the other direction. Here's a D chord, the tonic, which again functions as a dominant, goes to a G chord, a G minor chord, which is chord 4 in this tonality. So there you have it. 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, with all of the chords moving by fifth. That sounds perfectly good, because that principle holds throughout tonal music.